You locked your doors, right?
I did.
Okay.
That's what's vacant.
Do that with your phone, huh?
Yeah. App for the lock boxes.
So this one is vacant. Smoker smell?
It's been smoked in before.
Is that the
It's
smell?
being repainted, which covers some of it up. But
Still ventilation
you just
system.
don't get rid of it if it's been a long-term smoking place. So that's
One of the problems.
well, and
What?
half your renters will be smokers, and so they walk in here and feel right at home. But
And they're still smoking it, won't
they'll
they?
still smoke in it. But for long-term investment, it's just harder. So here's a window that's been replaced with a new vinyl window. There's an older aluminum one there on the front. So. The windows, baseboard heat.
So that stove electric, or looks, or is that pellet?
Gotta be gas, I think.
I think I see a pipe coming to it. Is it?
There's a gas.
So that's gas. So there's a gas stove, and then there's. I wonder about the central air. I wonder if the central air works. I'll bet it doesn't.
I doubt it.
It's closed and heater vents in each, or baseboards in each.
At the age of these homes we're looking at, most of them were done as coal in the old days and some oil. And so as they've converted over and got rid of old furnaces, the easiest way is to do an electric cadet heater or electric baseboard heater.
Quick fix.
Yep. Newer windows, baseboard heater are relatively new. This carpet's new, just got laid in here. Not terrible, but this will always be a little bit of a water collector, and
Down there
they've got it all propped up here because you can tell it's
against the.
ran down over there over time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a newer vent fan in there. New plumbing pipes. It's got a lot more space than the last one. Big eating area. Decent kitchen. All the windows are replaced except that very front one there. It's a cover, might be off getting washed or getting the bulb put back in.
Oh, people and their smoking. You know, it's.
Yeah, here's some older windows back here still, but clean basement. You know, they've hung some sheetrock up, keep the insulation
I was gonna
tucked away, and painted the floors.
say this is the nicest place in the whole house. Part of the whole house.
Yeah. So it's good storage space, you know, it's accesses some plumbing. And, you know, the old original home was done with galvanized pipe, which is here. There's been some switched over to plastic pipe as they've fixed stuff. So there's your sewer discharge. So your washer and dryer got to pump up to here and drain out.
Yeah, we didn't see what it was in the last house, did we?
We didn't. We couldn't get downstairs in that one. So that's probably the working washer and dryer, and this is just an old set sitting here. That's where your hookups are at. Decent. I mean, it gives.
So this is a single unit.
There's another place behind this one.
Is there? Okay, I was thinking there was two.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it. So, okay. Okay.
Dishwasher again.
Was this shut?
It was open.
It was open? Okay.
Came in. Right on out there too.
Oh, okay.
But, you know, good space. The rooms are all pretty good size. It's freshened up pretty decent. Carpets, flooring's decent.
Yeah.
Heaters are new, windows are mostly new.
I guess the water lines haven't completely corroded shut. Yeah.
You're all on city water and sewer, so.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, not terrible.
We'll see what the next one looks like.
So you obviously like a little bit newer stuff for you,
I do, just
so you don't have to deal with the headache.
I don't want ongoing maintenance, and I just don't like older stuff. That's just me. To me, I don't see a lot wrong with this place.
Yeah.
You know, outside looks pretty cute and charming. We're right across the street from a city swimming pool, and park a block away, and you know, good things about it. It's just me. I just ended up with some newer, not newer, but
Yeah,
10-year-old.
That's the way you've gone.
Yeah, it's just the way I've gone. It's not a right or wrong. Just the way I've.
So just starting out, so we're gonna have to get. You know, I was wanting to have it paid for within the first year or something, you know, but maybe 2 years max. But if I went to a newer property, that would put us up into what, 300,000?
Yeah, there's 4plexes around that are 8 or 10 years old, and they'll get you into the 180 to 280 range, depending on size and if they've got garages and stuff. Again, cash flow wise, sometimes these are better from an absolute number standpoint, but you're not going to pay them off from rent in a year or 2 or 5.
Right.
And so it's a matter of you just taking your income to go pay them off to have investments paid
Well,
for.
yeah, and that's my point. So if I was to pay something like that off in like 2 years, long term, that would be a better investment, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
From what your experience.
It will. You'll have the cash flow. I mean, I don't see a lot of need for that home. I mean, it's an old home,
Mm-hmm.
you know, built in 1915, so it's a 100-year-old property.
Jeez.
You know, it's
Amazing, it's still standing.
there's a little erosion. And they put metal roof over top of wood shingles, and it'll last a long time. So, but if you got 100,000 here and you got 2 houses, you know, $985 a month coming in,
$1,000 on the last one. So that's kind of what you're looking for, and that's where you want to invest your money for a few years. There's nothing wrong with that.
Starting out, from your experience, okay, for my first property, what would you recommend? Would you recommend starting in a fourplex, newer fourplex, or something like this? Just if you were in my shoes, and just say you had just roughly 300,000 income. So
I'll go back a step before I answer that. When I talk to people about rental and investment properties, I go back to three things. Cash flow. So is it carrying its own weight? Because most of these at the end of the day break even and make a little profit, but they're not.
I'm not seeing this one carrying its own weight.
They're not gonna make you a ton of money every month. So cash flow, just are they sustainable on their own money? 2, depreciation. If I start depreciating a 100-year-old building, I'm gonna run out of depreciation.
There's nowhere to go.
Because there's nowhere to depreciate it with. And so from a tax standpoint, the rental properties I have don't make me a lot of money, but if I make $200,000-300,000 a year, I want that depreciation on my tax returns. Helps me more personally, financially, than the cash flow part does. And so, and then appreciation. What's the market doing? So those are the 3 legs of the 3-legged stool that I tell everybody look at. Are you buying at the top of the market like you were in 2007 and 8, and then it was going to crash, and so you lost all your equity for the next 10 years?
Right.
Or is it at the bottom of the market and working its way back up? So what's appreciation doing? Where's the market going? I get depreciation, but if I have something so old, IRS isn't going to let me depreciate a 100-year-old building long term because the physical life of it is almost worn out. And then cash flow. So
I'm going to need, like you said, some of the depreciation too.
You need some tax advantages by owning the real estate, in addition to the cash flow standpoint of it.
So from
part of my answer to that is on the depreciation side of that 3-legged stool.
Yeah.
Do I want something so old that I'm going to run out of depreciation? Every owner that's had these has owned them, and you can start some depreciation back over, but at some point you run out of physical lifespan, and you just go and it's depreciated out, and I'm just losing my tax advantage of owning real estate.
I'm just not seeing much benefit in that home there. Are you? I mean, you're right. There's some there's a pool across the street and all of that, but I don't know.
This one was iffy about getting in.
This one's got shingles, asphalt shingles.
It's paint, peeling paint, needs a paint job. Used old wood. This one has the notes on it that serious interest, serious buyers on their second look will arrange to get you into the back house. So I argued with him yesterday. I says, how can we ever get serious if we can't see the properties?
Yeah.
They told me they were trying to get influence.
Alright.
We can walk around it, but this one's a lot rougher than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That place doesn't scare me terribly bad. This one. Pretty exciting.
Kind of funny. This is the one that's rented.
And that one might have just had a renter move out and they're freshening it up in between renters. It's like an old tar gravel roof. Needs siding, replace some windows.
Yeah. Yeah, paint's not going to fix that.
Well, shingles here, but you've got tar paper over this part and up on the top, which is fine, but at some point it gets old and dry and brittle and cracks, and
Yep.
you'll be putting a new roof on it.
Oh, yeah.
This is old, what they call T111 siding, and it just comes in 4x8 sheets, like plywood, and it'll be good, but eventually it'll start
Rots
rotting
out
out
the
just
bottom.
like that. So it's a good cover up for a 20-year item, but it's not a long-term fix.
Mm-hmm. Huh. They've put a little money into it, haven't they?
They have.
They've tried.
You know, and back to our other conversation, jump and buy something newer takes you now to a $200,000 price tag. Now you got to come up with $40,000 as a down payment.
Yeah.
So you'll have to have 20% down on any of these. And so it starts taking you to a bigger down payment. I don't know where you're at cash wise and all that stuff. So
So there are some fourplexes for 180 in town.
yeah, two bed, one bath, 10 years old, 12 years old type stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what I own, is a couple like that. And again, at the end of every year, they carry their own weight. They don't make me money, but I'm getting them paid off. I'm gaining some equity.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have them long term. And that's partly why some people want to buy them, own them, and sell them in 5 or 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the strategy of your investment mode, if you're saying I want to hold long term,
It's more long term.
holding something that's old long term is hard
That's what I mean. You've given some good advice there.
compared to something newer that's long term.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll take you longer to pay them off,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have a property that's not so old that it's worn out by the time you have it paid for and it's
Mm-hmm.
so.
Okay.
Let's see, this wrong place, or this one looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I drove past this one yesterday.
Okay,
That one has a few problems,
we'll go see that one next. But,
but this one I haven't seen. This one, that one, I don't know, but it's built in what is it, 1930 or yeah, 1930.